Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to show you guys how I made these delicious sourdough gingerbread cookies. So we're going to start off with 113 grams of room temperature unsalted butter, and then we're going to go ahead and add 100 grams of brown sugar, and then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of either honey or maple syrup, whichever one you prefer. I used maple syrup for this video, but you can use whatever you'd like. So we're going to go ahead and mix these 3 together. You can go ahead and use a whisk for this or anything that you have. So once I'm done mixing these 3 together, it should look something like this, nice and smooth. And then I go ahead and put it on the scale, and we go ahead and add 50 grams of sourdough discard and 1 egg. So after this, I go ahead and mix everything together again until we get it as smooth as we can and everything is well incorporated. And then we're going to go ahead and add 350 grams of all-purpose flour or bread flour, whichever one you have. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger. Here I used half a tablespoon, so that's why you see me adding 2. And then I add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and half a teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and mix these ingredients together as best as I can with my spatula before going in with my hands. So once everything kind of looks incorporated with my spatula, I go ahead and mix everything with my hands until I get a dough consistency. So I like to always knead any dough with my fist or my knuckles. I feel like it works best and it doesn't stick to my hands as much. So here I'm just speeding it up for you guys, but once it gets to a dough consistency and it doesn't stick to your fingers or to your hands anymore, you can go ahead and put this in parchment paper or in a Ziploc bag and put it in your fridge for at least 30 minutes. I try to aim at least for an hour, but these were hard to resist, so I just left them in for 30 minutes and then I start to get them ready for baking. So here I'm just cutting half of the dough. These make so many cookies, so I cut half and I put the other half in the refrigerator for when Santa comes. If you know, you know. So I saved the other half and I started to roll out my dough. I added a little bit of flour, but I don't think it needed it, to be honest, after I started to roll it out. So if it's sticking a little bit to your rolling pin, then you can go ahead and add a bit of flour. So once you get it to a pretty thin size, I guess, then you can start to use your cookie cutters of choice to cut these up. You could even cut these into little squares and just use them as graham crackers or something. But we decided to use these cookie cutters because we're feeling the holiday spirit. Here you can see my little helpers helping. They were so excited. So as we're doing this step, I go ahead and preheat my oven to 350 degrees and put the cookie dough on a baking sheet with parchment paper on it. And we bake these for about 10 to 12 minutes. I like to bake them for 12 because I like them a little bit crunchy. So once you get them out of the oven, you let them cool down on the baking sheet for 5 minutes before taking them off. And that's it. Here are the gingerbread cookies. And I want to thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.